The Metropolitan Washington, D.C. Synod, with the help of its racial equity team, has developed a commemorations list as a resource to use in our ongoing work as a church and as a nation in acknowledging and delving deeper into our past and in our work to build a more just future. We invite you to experience the beautiful, painful, and awesome stories on the commemorations list, subtitled Lamentation, Celebration, Education. This list is not meant to be exhaustive, but representative of the many peoples, cultures, and experiences that make up our American history. The list is purposely populated with names and events that may be unfamiliar to you, in order to tickle your curiosity, draw you in, and encourage you to ask, what else do I not know? We would like to introduce you, for example, to Jane Johnson Schoolcraft, an indigenous poet born in Michigan in 1800 of Ojibwa and Scots-Irish ancestry, and Florence Price, an African-American classical composer whose music was performed all over Europe in the early 20th century. We invite you to learn about the Angel Island Immigration Station in San Francisco, whose main purpose was to enforce the Chinese exclusion laws and where prisoners carved poems in the cell walls in Cantonese, and to learn about the Arizona state legislation that outlawed Mexican-American studies programs in Tucson public schools in 2010. These are our family stories. This is our beloved community. Unfortunately, the history we've been taught generally had us, the European colonial settlers, and their dependents at its center. As you dig more deeply into the many stories that have been hidden in plain sight, you may experience the beginnings of a profound shift, as I did. My ancestral story, the coming from Northern Europe, making our way, moving west, gaining an education and an economic foothold, was no longer the American story. I felt as if I could begin to see the spirits of millions of other people who worked and struggled, loved and worshiped, lived and suffered all around me. Spirits that had been there all along and that are with us now, all the time. This shift can feel disconcerting, to be sure, but this broadened reality is full of truth and beauty and God. The stories in the commemorations list may fill you with sorrow or rage, but they will also fill you with awe and joy and deep gratitude. Welcome.